got hairy legs that turn, that.
Welcome to Certified Based, the common sense podcast where liberals crash out.
Welcome back to Certified Based, the place where
Liberals crash.
yes.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yes, indeed. I like your Hellcat shirt.
Hey,
It's nice.
Look at my new Hellcat shirt, guys.
It's a Hellcat.
If you know, you know. You know. There, that's better.
Oh my
That's cool.
gosh.
Got it yesterday.
I don't think the boomers will know what we're talking about.
No.
No, I don't think they'll understand the joke, so it's all right.
But y'all youngins, y'all Gen Z audience.
Hey, we both got like car related like shirts.
yeah,
on.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
Yeah,
you know?
look at us.
One of my favorite video game franchises ever.
Bro,
yes.
you love Mario Kart so much.
I do. I'm like, if you want to talk about a game I'm super try hard at, is Mario Kart. It really is. I don't know why. Like Call of Duty and Mario Kart,
Yeah.
like two opposite
Yeah.
sides of the spectrum. Spectrum is like two games I'm like actually try hard at. I don't know why. I just ever since I've been a kid, Mario Kart's just always been so fun and always been super competitive, especially beating all my cousins and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always like, yeah, sweaty, and I watch like all the world records.
The speed running.
Speed running, yeah. So when I'm playing online, I gotta make sure I take the world record route, guys. I gotta make sure I take the world record lines. Yeah, I'm a man child, but I don't use my excuse of like I've seen this trend of like libs are like, oh, I have autism,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use my excuse of autism to like completely pretend and act like a child.
Mm-hmm. That's the victim mindset. And
Yes.
The oppression or whatever that you always, someone's oppressing you or,
Yeah.
y'all guys know what a victim mindset is.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
just a little what's it called? Little foreshadow. There it is. That's the word.
Yeah.
I can't talk right now. A little foreshadowing of our episode this week. There's not a whole lot been going on recently, like a lot of big stories that we can like talk about.
It's been kind of mellowed out. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a few things.
Yeah.
Like the NFL's obviously started. Well, it's already started at the time of recording, like Thursday night. I don't even know. Like, I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life. I'm not really even a Cowboys fan anymore. I've given up the last 2 seasons. So like, I'd be honest with you. I think I've watched more games that are not the Cowboys than the Cowboys games.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I think I watched more 49ers, more Chiefs games, just because I had a few of their key players on my fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of been watching them. And then this past Thursday, I didn't have any hope for the Cowboys to win. I mean, and they kind of had a chance to win on Thursday night, but typical Cowboy behavior. They didn't win. They always comes down to one play, and they just can't make the play. It's just simple as that. They can't make the play when it matters. It's nothing new. Nothing new.
Hey man, but it's okay. It's okay. There's another season, maybe next time.
Maybe next year, guys. We're gonna
it
write it
just
off.
started,
already.
but maybe next year the
No.
Cowboys will be good.
No, maybe in the next 20, 30 years. Maybe after Jerry Jones is finally gone.
There you go.
Then maybe the Cowboys might have a chance
Yeah.
at going to a Super Bowl or
Yes.
even going to an NFC Championship, because they haven't done that either since before I was born, like 3 years before I was born. It's freaking ridiculous, man.
So we just a little behind the scenes. We're in a fantasy football league,
Oh, yes, we are.
but I don't really pay attention to football like that. I don't really watch it, but I was dragged into this league where we had it was the boys, our friend group,
yeah.
but we had our wives plus some other girls that wanted to participate, but we did a little draft where
Oh,
they
yeah.
drafted for
It was
us.
so painful watching that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was funny.
I was like in agony. Like, my wife did really good to the first 8 rounds, and then after the first 8 rounds, I was like, what are you doing? Who are you picking right now? I was like, oh, my God. Stop.
A lot of us got some people that aren't even on the roster. We got some yeah, bro.
Tom Brady was drafted.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, oh, I don't even know how Tom Brady was on the draft
Yeah,
board because
yeah.
he hasn't been in the league for like, what, 2-3 years at this point?
Yeah, a lot of us got like 4th strings.
Yeah.
It was pretty rough, but it was fun. So
Yeah, it was fun. And I mean, at least like most of my starters or like most of the people on my starting roster are actually starting. Like they're actually
Yeah.
get playing time. It's the people on my bench that I'm very thin on. That's one league that I'm in, and then I'm in another league, my tryhard league.
There you go.
In my tryhard league, AJ Brown didn't do crap. He didn't do nothing. I was like, at least if the Cowboys lose, I at least want to see A.J. Brown at least do it in style. And gave me some points for my fantasy team, but he couldn't even do that. So he got me like 1 point. He got like one catch the entire game.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, very very embarrassing.
Jalen Hurts did good for me though. I got him on my league, and
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
he did pretty good.
Yeah, he definitely popped off a little bit. Well, he didn't throw the ball a whole lot. He kind of just ran the ball.
Yeah.
He kind of played running back a little bit. Him and Saquon.
It was alright. He overprojected. I'm gonna call that good. He
Oh,
he overprojected the points, and it's a success.
Yeah, for sure. For me, Justin Herbert popped off last night, which was awesome to see. Chiefs are 0-1,
Yeah.
and Justin Herbert popped off for me. Which at first everybody looked at me like you're gonna go for Justin Herbert this time. I was like, yeah, I think Justin Herbert's gonna have a good year just because he has a new offensive line. He's actually gonna have time to throw the football for once. And I mean, first game of the season, he freaking showed out over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he popped off and he got me lots of points. He like doubled. I think he went over his projection by like double the amount of points.
Oh
Over
wow!
double. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he went
Heck
crazy.
yeah.
So
Cool. Well, I have him on my bench on our league, so I should have put him in probably.
yeah,
I didn't look.
Yeah, Justin Herbert went crazy. So
But yeah, guys, NFL's back. Maybe we'll keep up with our fantasy. A little
I-
update every week.
I
or
will for
something.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm super try hard. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
UFC is a Trejo's like sport, which I do watch UFC, but I'm not as hardcore as he is. NFL is a sport that I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
very,
that's
very
it.
hardcore. I love the
Mhm.
NFL. Football is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
So
Love or hate the NFL. They got their little quirks. They're up to no good sometimes. They do
Oh.
some controversial stuff.
Oh yeah,
And this year they started off hot.
bro, I was
debacle.
literally so we talked about what Love Island was
Yeah,
several
yeah.
episodes back, and actually it is an episode that did very very good.
Yeah.
We talked about Love Island, and obviously, I went through the pain of watching Love Island this summer because my wife just loves she just loves
Same,
trash
bro,
TV.
same.
So I would just
My wife.
you recognize certain voices after a while, like those. You're like, oh God, it's her.
It's her. No.
And that's what happened to me on Thursday night. I was like in the kitchen, trying to get like some snacks together, right? Because we were about to watch the game. And my wife was actually going to watch the game with me because she actually has her own fantasy league. So besides besides the women drafting for us, they have another league where they manage those teams because they drafted for us and now we're managing those teams. They just participated in the draft, but now the women actually have their own league. And my wife has her own league, and who does she have on her? I'm trying to figure out who she had on her team. I think she tried to get Jalen Hurts, but she couldn't get him. I think she got A.J. Brown, so she was gonna watch, like A.J. Brown, and she has Brandon Aubrey. I have Brandon Aubrey in both my leagues too, because Brandon Aubrey's a great kicker. I think he's like one of the kickers you actually want to stretch for, because he could get you like 20 points as a kicker. It's
What
insane.
team is he on?
He's on the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Brandon
They
Aubrey.
kick a lot then.
Yeah,
huh?
that's the only. That's like the one thing that the Cowboys have a good flex on. Is like, yeah, we probably have one of the greatest kickers, honestly. Now, like I think Brandon Aubrey could go down as one of the best kickers in NFL history. I mean, it's crazy how
Heck yeah.
like he's kind of started. Well, I mean, you could say Justin Tucker kind of started like the whole field goal, like longer field goal kicks, and then Brandon Aubrey kind of took that to to the next level and kicking long field goals. So now, if it's 60 yards away, they're like, yeah, we can kick it. Brandon Aubrey can kick it. So
did he come from soccer at all?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
He
wow.
did actually. He actually did. He actually played soccer before he played football, and it shows. I mean, his
Soccer,
legs are
not
crazy.
football.
Yeah, exactly. Soccer, not football. I know everywhere else around the world, everywhere else outside the U.S. When
Yeah.
you say football, they're talking about soccer. But yeah, no, Brandon Aubrey played soccer first, and it shows. Brandon Aubrey's he's got a leg, so I'm like, he's one I'd pick. I'll draft a kicker early because I know that he could get me 20 points.
That's crazy.
As a kicker. So I'm like, yeah, I'm picking him up.
You don't really hear that kicker getting.
No.
You're like, that's like one of the last picks you usually
No,
do.
yeah, exactly. But how good Brandon Aubrey is, and from the distance that they let him kick at, it's kind of like, yeah.
Has he
could
set
stretch.
records yet or anything?
I don't know what the record for the longest field goal is now, because it's been broken, I think, like a couple times in the last year. I feel like it was like never
Wow.
broken forever, and then all of a sudden, Like in the recent history, I think Justin Tucker might have broken it, and then it kind of started just going on from there. And that's kind of started the whole trend of kicking field goals from so far. Especially because of these kickers. So some of these new kickers in the NFL, they have a freaking leg. They're able to kick far and accurately. So, but yeah, I was in the kitchen getting some snacks ready for the game, right? Because my wife's gonna watch the game with me, and then I hear a voice that I'm like, oh my god,
It's haunting you.
I was like,
Did you
I
think
know
you were
that
having
voice.
like a PTSD episode? Or
Yeah, I
like,
think so. I was like, wait a second,
no.
like what? And then
Little
the notorious woman from Love Island.
behold.
Oh, sorry.
We're black.
Sorry. All right. I meant to. I was not on the screen. I was trying to hit F for full screen, and I forgot I was on the wrong screen. Sorry. All right. So there it is. Good old Hudda is on a. Oh, it's not even a commercial. She's just doing a little like intro for the Eagles, like talking about the tush push. So the tush push is a play that the Eagles have done. If you're not living under a rock, you know the tush push is practically the success rate is practically 100%. They're within a yard. They're just gonna push Jalen Hurts over the line. I'm waiting for the day, and I'm longing for the day that a coach or a team defense figures it out, and they just talk so much crap.
Does
'Cause
any
I
other
would.
team do it, or is it just the Eagles?
I think it's just the Eagles.
What? Why aren't the other teams using
I
it?
don't know.
They're not using the meta.
I don't know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and exactly. It's meta. It's meta in the NFL.
Oh,
Been
you
meta
gotta
for the
use it,
last
man.
year or so. And I'm just waiting for the day. Like, I would want to be that defensive coordinator, or I would want to be on the defense that finally learns how to stop it, because then I would just talk so much crap.
Expose 'em,
Yeah,
yeah.
expose them. But anyways, yes, I heard this voice in my kitchen. I was like, ain't no way I'm hearing this voice right
How
now.
did this girl get on
Uh,
an NFL promo?
And if you don't know who Hudda is, okay, she's made the rounds on social media and rounds. Never mind. She's made the rounds on social media, and gone viral because of how she is, how she's been on Love Island. She's kind of like the drama queen of this year's season of Love Island, and it's crazy because she's like 22, bro.
Really?
I'm like, yeah, she's like 22, 23. I'm pretty sure.
What?
I'm literally 4 years older than this woman. She has a whole freaking daughter. Okay, I don't know where her daughter's at. Well, from seeing Love Island, she's like, I miss my daughter. You don't miss her that much because I still see you're making the rounds all over social media.
Yeah,
And now the Eagles are using you.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, let's just watch this clip. Let's just watch this.
Let's check it out.
Hey, it's your girl Hudda. This offseason, everyone was talking about the tush push.
This offseason, you were also. Never mind.
This offseason, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And no, it's not a glute boosting routine, although it totally could be.
Tush push if you please.
So here's the deal. The Eagles were nearly flawless. I'm talking full glute commitment. But a bunch of teams, they lost it. It's not fair. It's not real football. Come on, babe. Really? I mean, I'm no football expert, just a mommy. But I know a good tush when I see one.
They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Bro,
Ah!
I'm trying to watch the NFL, bro. I'm not trying to be freaking. What's it called? I'm not trying to watch no thirst trap, bro. I'm trying to watch some football. And the first thing I see on the opening night is
Hey, fellas.
and I love how they put like her name, and it's like personal trainer. So what kind of personal trainer are we talking here? What
What are you training? Huh?
Yeah, what are we training in?
Say I go on the internet, I want to book Hudda for a personal trainer. What service am I gonna get? That's what I want to know. What am I gonna get?
Let's keep
On their
going.
website, what's like the what's the promo?
Let's just keep watching the video.
Now, the NFL, they didn't know. Keep it, ban it. We need a vote.
How many times did he push?
It stays!
Takes the snap. He pushes. He's short. Touchdown!
And boys, if you're still upset by it, take a month to self-reflect. Or maybe buy a squat rack. Stop complaining.
Y'all don't know who Hudda is, do you? Y'all don't know who that.
I hope they don't.
I hope you don't.
I hope
And
they-
if you don't know who Hudda is, then
Yeah,
you've kind of saved yourself.
I'm disappointed in myself for knowing who Hudda is. Unfortunately.
I blame my wife.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but nowadays, you do anything nowadays on the internet, you become slightly famous.
Do women
You better capitalize on it.
do women have life on easy mode?
Oh, that's a great question. I would
Do
argue
they play on easy mode?
compared to men, yes, I would. I would, to a certain extent, yes.
I agree, yeah, to a certain extent as well, because I saw one of. I wish I could just my brain could just plop these clips that pop into my mind.
One day, bro.
One day, AI will let me do that. Okay,
Yeah.
one day I just be like, Neuralink clip.
We could
'Kay.
send it to whoever's watching's head, probably.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. And there's this streamer, right? And the streamer's ranting. He's like, as a streamer, as a male streamer, it is way more difficult to make it out, to make it, make it as a streamer, make money. And he says women have it on easy mode, because if you're attractive, got features, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Because men are retarded.
For real.
Men are retarded, and they're a bunch of gooners. Okay, and if you got features and you're attractive and you want to be a streamer, chances are you'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or you just show a little here, show a little shoulder, show a little skin. You're good. You don't even gotta show a whole lot.
They put your camera at a certain angle.
Yeah.
Well, and they always have a backup plan. I'm not gonna say what the backup plan is, but they always have a backup plan.
I don't even think it's a backup plan. I feel like
Some is their plan A.
Yeah, plan A. It's like the whole streaming and social media is like a
all
little tunnel. It's a tunnel. It's a
true.
gateway.
That's true.
It's the gateway to hell,
Right.
called OnlyFans.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah, bro. They do got a lot easier than in those aspects, success, even you not even on the internet, the world, say you're attractive female and you go to a college or something, or you're kind of in a higher social circle, and you find you're attracted, an NFL player comes to the party or something. You find them attractive, they find you attractive, you marry them, you can move your way up a lot faster in the social economic system. A lot easier than men can. Just saying, just based off features.
Easy mode, I'm telling you.
Yeah, if we're going
I'm telling you.
based judging book by cover, they can do it a lot easier than we can.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, somebody's gonna be like, yeah, you're misogynist, you're misogynist. Oh, you hate women. No, it's just honest truth.
It's true.
It's just honest truth.
Yeah.
I mean, and all power to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would if I had those. If I was, I'm not. I'm against trans, but if I was a female, I would be exploiting those.
it's exploitations.
Just kidding.
It's an exploit. It's a game breaking glitch.
It is.
That's what it's would like to be called in the gaming sphere.
But it's when it's a glitch that the developers put in on purpose, though. They know it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and it's not getting patched.
It's
anytime
it's
soon.
not being patched at all. I mean, it kind of makes me mad a little bit. But it is what it is. Yeah. So I mean, besides that from the NFL, there's another clip I wanted to show you.
Yeah, guys, we're kind of just BSing, or
Yeah, it's a little BS.
just
episode.
a conversation what we've been talking about this week. all the time. There's not a lot of just hot topics going on that we can discuss.
No, but I saw this one clip that I thought would be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, if you're not, you should know what's going on in the government. You should at least know a little bit, okay? You should at least kind of be aware of what's happening, because the whole purpose of this show is to inform, right? It's to inform.
Yep.
We don't want you to live in an echo chamber. We don't want you to get your news from MSDNC
Nope.
or CNN, okay? Clown News Network. We don't want you getting news from those clowns, because the people that give the news are just clowns, and they're just trying to promote their propaganda.
Or Fox, or what? We need a
Or
funny one
Fox.
for Fox.
I do know what?
We need a funny one for Fox and the
Fox.
Republican ones.
Yeah.
What is it? Just Fox?
It's just Fox, man.
Dang.
There's not a good enough acronym that you can make. You can't change their acronym and to be anything funny. It's just Fox. Fox News. It's just, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Fox News either. But yeah, we don't want you getting your news from MSDNC, CNN, or Fox News.
They're just biased.
Yeah, they're just complete bias. They're just trying to promote their agenda, their own agenda. So, yeah, we're definitely not about that. We want to promote, you be able to think for yourself, not be a robot. Even though we love AI, your brain does not have to be a robot. I'm on the side, like I said, I've said it multiple times in the show. I love AI because I think AI will assist us and help us focus more on the things that matter.
Yeah, and even
get rid
don't.
of less tedious tasks.
Yep. And don't even take like our word. Like we're presenting you these topics, and we hope you go and do like more research into it. 'Cause
exactly.
we can't give you everything in like a short amount of time, but we're presenting you the big stories, and you can go in and dig deeper a little bit.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
we encourage that.
For sure. So, there was a Senate hearing, and apparently, Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. testified before the Senate Finance Committee, facing intense scrutiny for his leadership of the HHS, Health and Human Services Secretary. So, right, he's essentially, long story short, RFK is the leader of our Department of, you could say, call it Department of Health of our country, right? I don't know why he would face so much scrutiny because the dude's old, he's jacked. Okay, our previous, I don't think they were like the leader of the Department of Health, but they were like the assistant. Was a trans dude. Yeah, let's put someone up in the higher ranks of the health committee. Somebody that's confused about their gender. Yeah. Great idea.
Very healthy. Seems like a very healthy individual to me, mentally, physically, everything.
Yeah. Awesome idea. Yeah, put that guy.
And they were overweight.
Forefront.
I don't know if you.
Yeah, and they were fat.
They were overweight.
Yeah, and they were fat as well. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, let's put somebody overly obese in charge of our health department. Yeah, don't put me because look at me. I'm not skinny at all. I'd be a terrible candidate for Department of Health. Anyways, particularly around vaccine policies and turmoil with the CDC, key points included limiting access to boosters, so the COVID vaccine, of course. Oh, I did have one picture I was going to show you about the boosters.
Okay.
I could pull it up.
Okay.
Firing the CDC director and citing deficits in pandemic response and replacing scientific advisors with skeptics. So I guess he's replacing according to them, he's replacing scientific advisors with skeptics. Ooh, he's replacing scientists with conspiracy theorists. You remember when Anthony Fauci said he was the science?
Yeah.
I am the science.
If you're questioning science, you're questioning Anthony Fauci.
Yeah,
I can't do his accent, but that's basically what he said.
Yeah.
If you're questioning him, that's what you're questioning him. You're questioning science.
Yeah. So here's like some of the controversial things that RFK made, like some of the claims. RFK Jr. made claims that contradicted established facts, among them that COVID-19 death toll data is unclear. Which that I don't know how that's contradictory because even in South Park's new episode, or was it not South Park's new episode, but South Park's when they did their pandemic special. And I actually rewatched it recently just because I was for fun. But one of the things that they made fun of, which was actually kind of true, is when somebody passed away from a COVID-19 vaccine, if it was not directly related to COVID-19, but they had trace of the virus in their system, they would count it as a COVID-19 death. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
And it's a conspiracy. No, it's not a conspiracy.
Go look it up.
Exactly. If you were to get mauled to death by a bear, and you had COVID-19 in your system, your cause of death would be COVID-19, not the bear mauling you to death.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. I heard about that. Or if you die in a car accident and you had it, you died. Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
died
they're
due to
just
COVID. COVID killed you.
They're just overinflating the numbers.
Exactly.
Why do you think they would do that?
For control.
Fear,
Yeah,
more
fear mongering.
fear.
Be like, all right, guys, we need government intervention in
Yeah.
this. Too many people are dying, so we need government intervention. So, that goes with a lot of stuff, like shoving down the vaccine down people's throats. You have to take the vaccine. What's the other thing? You can't go out and see your family. We lived through this a couple years
Yeah.
ago. Like they tried doing that. They're
Yeah.
like, you can't go see your family. What else? You have to wear a mask.
Stand 6 feet apart.
Stand 6 feet apart. Get 5 jabs in your arm.
Oh yeah.
So that
You have to get this jab if you want to work. That
exactly.
was another one.
No vaccine, no job, no travel.
But they also were not promoting like being a healthy person, exercise, taking your vitamins.
Yeah, of course.
None of that.
And I guess he also promoted debunked treatments and questioned mRNA vaccine performance, contradicting public health research.
I would question mRNA when I think it was when my wife was pregnant. Still, we had our weekly checkups for her,
Mhm.
and we had this one doctor, and he was like he warned us about like the dangers of the mRNA vaccines. He's like they're not tested enough. There just hasn't been enough research, and they're just kind of just giving it. So like if they offer you any mRNA, he advises not to do it. That was
Yeah.
one of the doctors. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, pretty much from what I'm reading here, it says like he also promoted debunked treatments and questioned, like he was questioning. I don't know what debunked treatments, whatever. I mean, RFK he's a big proponent of like vaccine causes autism. Vaccine causes autism in babies. That's what they're born without autism, but the moment you start injecting them with vaccines,
And there's a strong case for it. Too.
yeah, I mean, part of me is like I'm still like I don't know, but to me, I'm like there is a growing problem. Even Trump said it before, him taking office. Is like there is a growing problem of how many more people are being diagnosed with autism and with mental disabilities. So
it's like 1 in 36 kids.
yes, I'm like, so there's something happening. One, there's something in the air. There's something in our food.
Oh, for sure.
Something is happening, and we need to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the vaccines. Maybe it's not. I personally, if you were to ask me, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I'm like is very, very suspicious is why are there so many more kids with it now?
Mm-hmm.
Why are there so many more kids with
Yeah.
special needs now than they were back then? Why is it so much more, like, prominent? Like, to me, it's just way more prominent. So I'm like, there is something happening. What is it? And there's no, it's not bad to question that.
No, but I think it is. I've heard like a lot with the Hep B vaccine, like, bro, it's what they give you. Like they asked us for my daughter when she was born, like they try to like inject them right away when they're born. They come out the womb.
Or they start injecting them with crap.
Yes, and and the Hep B one was like especially like one I was told to like. I didn't do it. We told her not to do it, or we told them not to give it to her because that was the very problematic one, and it just makes no sense because like it's to prevent hepatitis, I guess, and the baby's not gonna have hepatitis straight out the womb unless the mom has it, and that testing and stuff would have come way before they were born. So
Yeah.
I feel like they're just giving vaccines just to get paid, or the more I heard there was an incentive, the more vaccines you give, the more funding your hospital gets or whatever.
Really?
I feel that I might be saying stuff, but I feel like that's true. Y'all go look it up. But I've heard about like the more doctors push to get vaccines, or the more they do vaccines, the more money they'll get, or the more it's an incentive for funding.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I did like a whole lot of research of this guy named Gary Brecka. He's like he worked in the health insurance industry.
Sounds like he's a conspiracy theorist.
Some people, yeah. It's a freaking Elizabeth Warren. He is.
Yeah.
But he was responsible for Dana White's health. Like Dana White was like on the brink of death. Like he was super unhealthy, and he kind of brought Dana White back. But he came for the health insurance, and he was like he saw like trends. Like he could, if somebody like came to them and like telling them their problems, like the health problems they have, he could like give like a range of when they're gonna die, just based off. 'Cause it's just like it's a whole lot. I don't want to go into it right now, but it's a whole lot of sketchy stuff from Big Pharma and food. They're all intertwined to like poison us. It's crazy.
It's to keep us sick, and I like that someone like RFK is in there, because I know people are like, well, we need to get him removed because he's dangerous. He's promoting these dangerous policies. But I'm like, here's the thing. I really think that someone like RFK, like a disruptor, it's in the health and human services department, is good. The reason you may say, oh, well, he's against vaccines. Okay, maybe he's against vaccines, whatever. That's his own personal opinion. I feel like the vaccines that are still like necessary, I think good. Like for example, I think like polio is one of them. Like the polio vaccine was like an actually like a good, vaccine that was like when it was made, it actually helped. Like there's been lots of vaccines that have actually helped humans and like not develop diseases and things like that. But then I feel like they're like, oh, we're making money off this. Oh, what else can we do? How can we make more money?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I feel like that's kind of how it started. And RFK just being in there and questioning, like, why are we doing this? Why is everybody so sick all the time? And I feel like another reason why people are so sick all the time is that I think one of the biggest problems we have in America is eating problems. I mean, that's just number one. Eating problems, right? McDonald's, stop eating so much McDonald's. McDonald's is there to keep everybody fat. Like, I think Big Pharma loves McDonald's. They're like, oh, you keep doing what you're doing. You're bringing people to your restaurant? Good job. Good job.
As long as you future clients right there.
Yeah, as long as you keep feeding them McDonald's, we'll have clients for life, okay? It's a business model, right? So, RFK testified before the Senate. And, of course, Pocahontas here decided to lose her mind. But then good old RFK decided to call her out on her crap, which was pretty funny because we know that a lot of these politicians, let's be honest, a lot of these politicians are in bed with Big Pharma, and they make money off of them.
Yep.
They make money off people being sick. Here we go.
I'm away from people, Senator.
It takes it away if you can't get it from your pharmacist.
Well, most Americans are going to be able to get it from their pharmacy for free. Most Americans.
I'm assuming they're talking about, they're talking about the COVID vaccine here, I think.
Yeah, talking about all the vaccines.
All the vaccines, yeah.
Will be able to get it from their pharmacy for free.
Question is
So I think pretty much what RFK is trying to say is like I think they're like trying to like loosen the require because I know like to go to school for a child to go to school, public school, they have to be vaccinated. They have to take a certain amount of vaccines. Like I think measles is like one big one. Like if you're not vaccinated for measles, like you have to be vaccinated for measles for you to be in public school. But I think what RFK is trying to do is he's trying to loosen a lot of those like requirements because again, he's like, okay, a lot of parents don't want to jab their kids with all this crap, like you said, like the hepatitis.
Bro, it's like 40 or something crazy amount of jabs, bro.
40?
Yes.
What?
By the time they're like 1.
Hell?
It's insane. I should have brought the list, bro, but
that's like some liberal crazy that's like how many liberals get a month for COVID.
Yes, bro. And
40 a month, 40
like,
boosters.
So a lot of the vaccines have like a component where it carries like the virus or whatever it needs to, and a lot of it has like heavy metals, like the component they use to carry the virus into your system is can be very dangerous. And if you're doing like 4 or 5 at the same time into like a little baby, it's gonna like overwhelm their.
Yeah, I feel like that's horrible.
It is.
Like I feel like even like whenever we have babies, they're like, okay, don't feed them all this crap because of the stuff that's in the food. Like they're not ready to have that yet. Like you slowly introduce them. Like they first start with breast milk, and they stick with breast milk, and then as like time goes on, you start introducing them to other foods slowly. Not even other foods, other types of liquids, like drinking water, some sort of juice,
some fruits. You got
Here's the one I want.
Oh, I saw that.
Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That look you get after the 10th booster. She's not okay. The usual suspects. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, it's the usuals. Just look. Yeah, just look at her. The usual suspects. Like what? There's nothing different. No. 10th booster. Is that her? Is that her 10th booster? Like overall, or is that like her 10th booster of the month? I don't even know. Oh, we're not there yet.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But yeah, let's keep watching this.
Everyone who wants it, that was your promise.
No, I didn't. I never promised that I was going to recommend products with which there is no indication.
When you said
so products with no indication. So it's I guess products. He's not going to recommend anything that really hasn't been like you were talking about the mRNA. They haven't been tested.
A lot of them
thoroughly.
have not been researched on if they're healthy for children. That's a lot.
So why are we giving it to them?
For money, bro. But this lady, that's why. This lady's why we're giving our kids random shots we don't know what's in, or
And I know you've taken $855,000 from pharmaceutical companies.
Boom!
Did you hold up
Boom.
a big sign saying that you were lying?
Oh, she's
when
just
you
gonna ignore it. No, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. Blah 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 la 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 la. That's literally what she's doing, bro.
She's
Again, look at her. Usual suspect. Look at her haircut. Look at her. Just look at her, bro. Look at her. It's the usual suspects all the freaking time. I've always said it. There's one group of people that cause all of our problems in our country and in our society. It's women that look like this. I'm sorry. You don't like it? Get over it.
It's just the facts. We're just laying out the facts, guys.
Well,
so it just happened last night. Usual suspect. There was a kid at a baseball game. They hit a home run. Everybody tries to get the ball.
Yeah.
Well, this dad, went over.
Oh, I think I heard about
They
this.
were all
Yeah.
wrestling for the ball. It was multiple people. The dad gets it. He wins. He's the fastest. Survival of the fittest. He grabs it. He takes it to his son. Gives it to his son. And then little no, this Karen comes walking over. Same haircut. Exact same build. Comes over. You took that out of my hand. I had it. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people fighting for the ball.
Oh my God.
And he ends up giving her the ball. But luckily the team, the staff saw that and they made accommodations to the kid and he got to meet some of the players.
That's good. That's good.
But it's still like
freaking Karens, bro.
It's
My
a kid.
God.
Let him have the ball.
Yes.
You're an adult. Oh my gosh, bro.
So sick of Karens,
Usual
bro.
Karens, bro.
I'm so sick of Karens. They're
Me
so
too.
annoying,
Me
dude.
too.
And speaking of Karens, we got a whole video we're gonna watch with Karens. Yeah, like I said, we kind of just been BSing this episode, which I like this though. I like this.
Yeah,
If our political freaking like the political, I guess, arena of today was not like this, bro. We wouldn't have to talk about this.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you don't have to. I'm like, yeah, we don't have to. But it's like, I feel like, especially as Christians, I feel like we're obligated to. Oh, there's this, bro. I gotta show this. I gotta show this clip, bro. The what? Oh, okay. He's gonna fix that because we're a little overexposed right now. But anyways, there's this freaking video. There's this pastor named Philip Anthony Mitchell. Dude, the dude's fire. The dude, I mean, he's one of them. Like he just speaks absolute truth, like complete truth. Like it's unfiltered. Very. He's just straight to the point. He's a lot like the church we go to right now, and it's awesome. I really like it, and I want to show you. This is the whole reason why we do the show. Like you could say, well, you don't have to talk about politics. You don't have to talk about what's going on in the culture. You can just talk whatever you want. Yeah, we could, but I feel like as Christians we have to inform others of what's going on because look,
that's the easy route.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna show you this clip.
Well, this is the epitome of our show right here.
Yeah, this is the reason why we do our show. If you could say why is the reason you do your show, I would show you this clip and say nothing else.
Well, let's check this out.
If the church in America don't wake up and start fighting for the faith, we're gonna look up and the Bible's gonna become illegal. You better be careful how you vote. The Bible's gonna become illegal. Everything is going to be hate speech. They're going to attack these gatherings, tell us we can't come to. I'm telling you, if we keep acting like pansy wasters, if we keep tucking our tails, if we keep just sucking our thumbs and having church and sing a dumb song and leave and go to the restaurant, come back and do it again and not care and not know that we are involved in a war.
Spiritual war.
We are at war. And if we don't start fighting, we're not going to recognize the church in 20 years. Mark my words this day. If the church...
Thoughts on that
great.
clip?
That's good. That's like, I've always, I know now, but like the people that say that, the church shouldn't be involved in politics or, we have that video that we were going to be releasing about, keeping politics out of the church, the separation of church and state. But it's like, as Christians... the world's just going to move on, pass us by, or the laws are going to get passed without, Christians involved. And if you really care, it's like, yeah, we're going to, it's inevitable. We're going to be persecuted and, it's,
people won't like us regardless.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I feel like we just got to, to me, it's just, you're just going to let them do whatever you want. You're just going to let these
Nothing step all over you.
Exactly. No, I'm
It's
not
like the
about
whole
that.
reason, like, well, you have a firearm in your house. I don't have a firearm because you want to shoot somebody. No. God forbid I don't. I would much rather not ever have to use it. I have it in my house. I never have to use it. If I never have to use it, it's great. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
But if somebody breaks into my house, I'm just going, oh, well, all right, go ahead. I mean,
Take whatever you
take
want.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
No.
Heck no.
No. If someone breaks in my house,
Yeah.
that's the last thing they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to meet the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, immediately
Yep.
after entering my house.
Yep. And if you're a Christian, why wouldn't you want like-minded Christians in office or policies that are that are pro-Christian or it's I don't know. As a Christian, the world's not gonna get it like what we believe and what we do. So it's
No.
like we have to fight for what we believe.
I feel like we're like in a way like the Bible is being. Where do we get our morality from?
Yeah. Oh,
Like that's where we get our morality
a
from.
lot of our country is built off the Christian way.
Yeah, the Christian way, the morals of the Bible.
Yeah.
Like where do we get "Thou shalt not murder"? Why do we get that murder is against the law?
Yeah.
Where did we get that foundational
Mm.
moral from?
Speak it.
The Ten Commandments. It's that simple. It's that simple.
If you don't have that Christian, base or that morality of like it comes from God, like then murder should be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have the Christian moral or the Christian, foundation, anything could be, okay. Because if we're just all physical, this is what's it, then nothing really matters. Like,
Yeah.
but where do we get our love? Where do we get, yeah,
It's all from the Bible.
Yep. It all comes from God.
It's
the
the
Creator.
instruction manual for humanity,
Yeah.
and we need to read it. We need to
Yeah.
read it. It's our instruction
Yes.
manual of how to live, how to do things. It's an instruction manual for life, essentially.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, that's the whole reason why we do the show the way we do it.
Yeah.
It's for that reason.
Yeah, we like to have fun, poke fun. We're it's
Yeah. But it's ultimately to inform
Yeah.
you because if we don't do anything, that's what's going to happen. The Bible will become illegal. You don't know what, and I forget what scripture it is, but there's a certain scripture. I mean, you can look it up in the Bible app. You can find it really easily. But it's scripture that says, God is saying, "My people will be destroyed for their lack of knowledge." You will be destroyed for your lack of knowledge. If you're not knowledgeable with the stuff that's going on around you, you will be destroyed.
plain and simple. Because we're
Yeah.
in a war. We're in an
Spiritual
unseen
war.
war.
If
We're
you're
being attacked every day.
if you're not knowledgeable of some sort of, I don't know, politician, lawmaker that wants to, suppress Christianity in any other way, and you're not knowledgeable of that, they will destroy you.
Yeah,
Easily.
And bro, it even says like a lot of believers will be deceived when the Antichrist comes.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he starts doing the miracles. A lot of the believers will be deceived. But if you know the word, a sheep knows the sound of their shepherd. And
Yep.
we gotta know. We read the Bible. We gotta know his voice.
Yep.
Because, bro, I mentioned Peter Thiel in a couple episodes back, but he's very powerful in like the AI world and just he has a lot of influence. But he's been doing like a whole series on the Antichrist, talking about the Antichrist. And bro, like I feel like there's stuff is going on. There's gonna be an ushering and stuff. Like I feel like it's getting
Yeah.
crazy, but just know the Creator's voice.
Yep. And that's that's the whole reason why we do this show, to inform you, so
Yeah.
that way you won't be destroyed by your lack of knowledge.
Yeah, and hopefully a little entertainment.
Yeah,
there.
as well as entertain you. And speaking of entertainment, we got this
Get to
entertaining clip that we're gonna do today. So we're gonna do like a little 2-in-1. We're gonna react to this video. I saw this and I think I've not seen this either. I seen a little bit of it, a little snippet. So I'm gonna move our little screen. Oh, wrong one. I'm gonna move our camera one around a bit. Think before you sleep. Think before you sleep. Absolutely fire channel, man. Think Before You Sleep is, I don't even know if he's fully on conservative. I feel like a lot of these like content creators are not even fully conservative. I guess they're considered conservative by today's standards from liberals. Like pretty much if you're not a robot, if you don't agree with them 1000% on every single freaking issue, you're a right-wing extremist according to them. You don't even have to even. You could have never voted Republican in your life, and you could disagree with a liberal, and you're therefore a right-wing extremist, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
in the time that we live in today.
You can just have like moderate views and you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Moderate views, and you're therefore conservative, which is so freaking stupid, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think before you sleep, he's kind of just calls out, the liberal bullcrap, and we talked about this last week. We know there was there's that shooting in Minnesota, and the dude that did it was trying to be a woman, trans. His name was Robin, but real name Robert. And one thing that I mentioned last week is why are kids always involved in this? When it comes to the alphabet mafia, why are they so obsessed with children? That's the thing that bothers me.
Me too. We did talk about this when they do the drag shows or not the drag shows of
Drag
the
Queen
reading.
Story Hour.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Drag Queen Story Hour. It's all oriented to kids, bro. And,
Why, bro?
And we saw it a lot, with the flags in the classrooms, with certain teachers, certain books in the library, pushing all this stuff on children.
And this is why parents don't want their kids in public schools, because you
Yep.
have retard teachers who are, instead of teaching the things that they need to know, the things that are relevant, teaching them how to read, write, whatever, they're focusing more on indoctrinating them politically and culturally.
Yep. It's just corrupting them.
Yeah.
And I think we mentioned this before. It's because they're trying to recruit the kids, because they can't create them their own if especially if they're gay. But so they got to recruit our kids and corrupt them, to believe them and to. It's just so crazy. They need the acceptance of children.
Yeah.
Like, accept me for who I am, and the kid's like, do you even know who you are? Like, what?
Yeah, bro, it's freaking.
So this video is called "Stop Going After Kids," and so you check it out.
Yep, here we go. This is
I'm gonna react to this.
from Think Before You Sleep. This is Stop Going After Kids. Let's do it.
These were all Democrats. The Democrats were pro-slavery. The Democrats were the party of the
Start it over.
KKK.
Yeah.
Should trans people have rights? Well, I don't know. I feel like since we live in a country that was founded upon the principle that we're all created equal and deserve all the same rights and liberties, and since anyone who has ever opposed rights for minorities has always been remembered as a bigot and a villain of history, it seems to me that the simple answer is yes.
Oh no, someone tell this guy that these were all Democrats. The Democrats were pro-slavery. The Democrats were the party of the KKK.
Newsflash.
And they were in favor of Jim Crow laws. Not a good look.
Here's the thing, though.
Did y'all forget?
I'm going to move this forward a little bit so I don't have to reach as far. Why are we trying to treat trans like a race or an ethnicity? Have you noticed that?
I have. It's the new protected class. I don't know. What do you think? Why?
I've noticed that. It's like they're trying to treat them like as if like they're blacks or Hispanics, or it's just like, oh, they're an oppressed ethnicity or whatever.
Yeah.
They're an oppressed group of like they're a race or something. That's that crazy. I was like, no, it's like trans could be any ethnicity, but they're like look at this comparison.
That's wild.
Like there's some sort of ethnic group, and they're not. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
And somebody has to question these people about what a right is, because I feel like they don't know the definition of that word.
So let's look at a primary source, like the Constitution. The 14th Amendment
source.
says, "No state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." This basically means the government needs to treat everyone equally. But turns out that many of our conservative friends disagree.
Is he going to explain which constitutional rights that conservatives want to take away from trans people? No, he's not, because they aren't trying to do that. What's curious, though, is I can think of a very important constitutional right that trans activists have tried to take away from people for the past decade.
Criticizing trans in 2021 or 2022 would get you deplatformed.
I actually
He's got a point. He's got a point.
Do we need to say any more? Literally. So they want to claim conservatives are trying to take the rights away from trans. No, I think what the conservatives want to do is they want to keep trans people far away from children as possible. Rightfully so, because we don't want, those people are already confused about their gender. It's been called a mental illness called gender dysphoria. And why would you want to put somebody that has mental problems around children? Do you think that's going to be healthy for children to be seen, for a child to be seeing that?
Nope. No.
Nope. Not at all.
This bro just, being a father of a 1-year-old, she's already taking in so much information. You know, she mimics us, bro. She does a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah.
But like just the how spongy the children's mind is, and they take in everything. You stuff you might not even know, they'll take it in.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like very crucial of like having these people not around children. Just the unhealthiness of it, and just it's you when you're adult, do whatever you want, but for children they don't need to be learning about this stuff.
No, not at all.
They
Not
need
at
to
all.
learning about what you learn in school, and being a child, keeping that innocence as long as possible.
Let them be a kid as long as they possibly can. Yeah. And like I said, they want to say, conservatives are trying to take them away. No, conservatives just want them away from kids.
Yeah.
But, well, you know what the Alphabet Mafia is trying to do is that, they're the protected class. You can't make fun of them. You can't criticize them. The moment you do, it's hate speech.
Yep.
Sounds
like we have less rights than them.
Exactly.
I think the trans stuff goes as far back as 2019, and radical leftists have been arguing to repeal or circumvent First Amendment protections for over a decade now. That being said, today we're going to talk about an up-and-coming 19-year-old YouTuber who goes by Hadi Rahim, who's had a couple of hit videos recently because thanks to...
Never mind. Oh. About to crash out just looking at this guy.
But how did these people get views and we don't? Come on.
The whole
it's the algorithm.
Yeah.
Dean Withers crowd. A lot of people are getting their political takes from influencers.
Let me just talk over you the entire time and show that I win the debate. Even though I let you talk zero amount of the time, I win.
Who just barely became adults. But the reason this person caught my interest is because he makes videos that are, for the most part, pretty well put together, and he's very good at appearing that he's very knowledgeable in his field. To give a backhanded compliment, he sounds super smart if you don't have much prior knowledge in these areas, and if you don't have a lot of critical...
Using what? Big words?
Probably.
Big words makes you sound smart.
Thinking skills that would cause you to question certain things. However, if you do the slightest bit of fact-checking, you can see he has no idea what he's doing. That's the real problem. And
I feel like you can do that with any liberal argument. Like you just do the most minimal amount of research, and the argument just falls apart. It's crazy.
Yeah. It is. That's why they don't go on and debate people, or whenever you oppose them just a little bit, they start barking at you. They result of factory settings.
Yeah. the equivalent of a Microsoft blue screen.
Yeah.
The illusion of intelligence or competence from political pundits has become quite annoying. For example,
the scientific community largely agrees that gender-affirming care, even for minors, saves lives. This scientific consensus, and yes, it's a scientific consensus, this isn't just an appeal to an authority. This is the result of numerous peer-reviewed studies that found that gender-affirming care has led to significantly lower rates of depression and suicidality among people with dysphoria.
What about when they become adults?
Ooh.
Do we have statistics on that?
Yeah, when they want
whenever they cut off their breast at 12, and then when they're 26, 25, realize that was the dumbest thing they ever did.
They want to have a family now. They want kids. But nope.
What are the stats on that? Can we get that?
Yeah.
I would love to have those stats.
And let's bring up some, detransitioner stories. Let's bring that up.
We've talked about some before, not on this show and on our previous show.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never see those. You never, the liberals don't.
And they don't want to talk about them. And then their own community that they were a part of, the trans community, then shuns them for leaving.
Yeah.
Like, if you cut your breast off, if you, get your tubes tied as a woman, or if you're a man and you cut off your testes, and then by the time, like I said, let's say we let kids do it at 12, 13, 14, and then by the time they're 24, 25, they realize, dang, what was I thinking? That was retarded.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, can I still have kids? Nope, dude, your testes are gone.
And they're all
we inverted it.
Yeah.
It's sorry, I'm trying to, I know, try not to laugh. And people are like, it's all horrible. But I'm like, you ever seen the procedure, what they do to your, man, it's awful.
I don't want to watch that.
But it's like, no,
They
no
convert
longer.
it, turn it inside out.
Yeah, it's inside out now. You can't change it.
And it's all experimental surgeries. There's no way to actually do it. I don't know. It just seems physically impossible to transfer one sexual organ to another. It's like, and for it to work perfectly and seamlessly.
It's mutilation.
It is.
It's complete mutilation.
It's like the German experiments that they were doing during the Holocaust.
Literally, bro. Like, it's irreversible. Like, it's life altering. Like, you're never going to be able to go back.
Yeah. Listen, if you're an adult, go ahead, go do whatever you want. But for like the parents that are letting their children do this, and the doctors that are doing it,
or like if the parents separate, like the parents have different beliefs.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't even know how this happens. Maybe you need to look a little harder of who you're marrying. If you're gonna have those opposing views, like, I'm sorry, like if you ask me, what does your wife think politically? Yeah, she thinks like me. She's not really knowledgeable about politics, but I've kind of, told her a little bit, and now she kind of understands now. She's like, I understand why you get so pissed off sometimes. I'm like, yeah, you see why I get so pissed off sometimes. You understand it now. But it's like, I'm a conservative and I'm marrying a liberal woman. Like, that is the dumbest. Like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're asking for conflict. So then when that happens, let's say they do get married, right? You have a conservative dad and a liberal woman, right? Or a liberal mom. They get married, they have a kid. They, the liberal mom starts injecting all this ideology into the kid. The kid's like, I want to transition. Dad's like, no. They separate, even though like the kid, their conservative dad is still their dad forever until the day they die. But it's like, no, I don't want you to transition. And then the mom's like, yeah, transition. And then you have this, like, it's happened. Like, it's actually happened before.
There's plenty of stories of dads that did not support this transition, and then the mom files a court case on him, and he can't ever see the kid again, and the mom gets to go transition, do whatever little experiment they want on the kid, and the dad's just kicked out just because he didn't support that. I think that happens in California a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's the dumbest state in the country.
Yeah, you don't got rights over your kids over there, bro.
Nope.
I mean, arguing in favor of consensus is also a logical fallacy, just like appeals to authority. Lots of people believing something doesn't necessarily mean it's true, especially on a politically charged issue where there is a lot of censorship of dissenting opinion. I mean, they tried to kick Jordan Peterson out of his university and went after his clinical license for extremely moderate takes on this issue, one of which Hadi plays in his video on
I remember this video. I've seen this.
I'm
trans people.
Kids are confused enough when they're growing up. I think to add gender
opinion. I mean, they tried to kick Jordan Peterson out of his university and went after his clinical license for extreme.
Usual suspect.
Guys.
Oh, let's do a little game real quick. Is that a guy or a girl? Play a little game. What's your guess?
Dang, that's
that's
hard. Like, I'm genuinely like wondering. Nah, I think it's a girl trying to be a dude.
You think so?
Yes, I think so. I really, really think so. But bro, why the God, bro, the same haircut, like it's
glasses too.
It's the usual suspects. Like, what else do I say, man? Like,
extremely moderate takes on this issue. One of which Hadi plays in his video on trans people.
Kids are confused enough when they're growing up. I think to add gender confusion to that, which we're doing very, very rapidly, is going to destroy 15 people for every one it saves.
That's exactly what we were talking about just now. Literally what Jordan Peterson just said. You said it. You're the one that said it. Kids are, as a 1-year-old, you have a 1-year-old baby, they're already taking so much information. Why? And they're already confused. Like, partially they're figuring things out. And when you see, when kids are like, even as a kid, like, we play pretend, right?
Yeah.
Like, we'd always play pretend. Like, I was talking to Trey about this yesterday. I was like, because, I'm still on the, I'm still have this stupid freaking iPhone. Anyways, I was like, I can't wait to switch, right? Because I like this. I like the Samsung Galaxy Watch, like it's circular. But anyways, not getting too much of the tangent of that. But I was like, smartwatch. I was like, that's one of the things that I thought was the coolest thing as a kid, like seeing like shows like Jimmy Neutron. And I would have a watch, and I'd like pretend it was like a smartwatch or whatever. Like talk to like people I had on my watch. Like I did that as a kid. Now it's crazy that it's real technology, but I pretended it like all that time, like Ben 10, bro. You remember Ben 10, bro? Yeah, like the freaking Omnitrix, and yeah, it was like, bro, if I would have had a smartwatch back in my day, bro, I would have had a field day as a kid, bro. Like if I was a kid right now and I had a smartwatch, bro, it'd be game over.
Yeah.
I'd have a freaking field day with things like that. But anyways, yeah, you play pretend, right? But you eventually grow out of it. But then you feed this gender dysphoria into a kid that's already confused. They're pretending, and then they grow out of their pretending phase. but it's like, oh, I want to pretend, and maybe it's like they think that they're still pretending, but then they make life altering like mutilations to their body, and then once they grow out of it, they're like, wait, I was just pretending. What do you mean I can't do that? What do you mean my genitals are gone, or what do you mean my breasts are off?
Yep.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And that's all. It falls on the parents, dude. Because when you're playing pretend as a kid, your parents will be like, okay, they'll snap you back into reality. Or like, okay, it's a cool game, but that's not true. But when the parents start going along with it and feeding into it, bro, that's when it gets real dangerous.
Exactly.
I'm surprised this guy Hadi is so concerned with stuff like constitutional rights, but doesn't mention the horrendous amount of censorship around this issue. Well, he's only 19 and probably just started caring about this stuff a year ago after he took Political Science 101, so he might not be aware of the
Like
censorship
some woke
stuff because
professor.
they stopped doing a lot of it in 2023. But according to him, there is a massive consensus in the scientific world that gender-affirming care works. Maybe this data is so correct that it should be criminal to speak out against it, and there are totally no conflicts of interest here, like how much of a moneymaker this all is because gender-affirming care is expensive. That being said,
We just talked about Big Pharma earlier. Bro, trans people are dollar signs for Big Pharma. Why do you think they go through numerous surgeries? Like, okay, here's your first consultation. Maybe we'll give you puberty blockers, and then maybe like 6 months from now, we can have your surgery. Oh, your surgery went well. We need to touch up some things, so we're going to need you to come back for another surgery 6 months from now again. Oh, you're almost there. You're almost fully the other gender. You're almost there. You have one more surgery. Okay. Oh, we messed up your surgery. Oh, whoops. We got to do another one. Oh, you want breasts? You want fake boobs? Oh, okay. Oh, you want a BBL now? Oh, okay.
And then you got to take medicine the rest of your life. Boom. That's how they get you.
What do you think? What do you think about Big Pharma and the correlation between
That's a direct correlation. I feel like that's one of the main supporters of it. It's like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
Dollar
That's
signs.
all they see.
Yeah.
said, let's look at the studies. Hadi flashes 11 studies across the screen, which I can almost guarantee that he didn't read, especially considering that most of these studies are
That looks like a good title. I'm just going to put it up there.
Wald, and this one even disagrees with his point. But more importantly, I looked over every single one, and yes, after they did gender-affirming care like giving hormones to children, they reportedly saw some improvement in mental health. Well, except for this study that said there was basically no change in the ones who already had good...
Let's read this, the highlight. Those who did well in terms of psychiatric symptoms and functioning before cross-sex hormones mainly did well during real life. Those who had psychiatric treatment, needs or problems in school, peer relationships, and managing everyday matters outside of home continued to have problems during real life. They're still having problems. It's not fixing anything.
Nope.
Mental health before the study still had good mental health after, and the ones with bad mental health still had bad mental health after the study.
Yeah.
Outside of that, the biggest...
So now you're just making it worse, because then once they actually grow out of it and they're in their early 20s, late 20s, they realize how stupid the decision was back then. And then here's the thing. They can't do anything about it. They cannot go back.
It's non-reversible. They say it's reversible, but it's not.
And then what do they do in their late 20s when they do things like that? They off themselves.
Mm-hmm. So you can't enjoy one of the best things that God's gifted us. You can't enjoy it.
No, and then they off themselves because their mental health is so bad, because then they think, well, they felt lied to by they finally realize they've been lied to by this community, and then they feel like they can't be accepted into, they can't go back and be accepted into the other community, or I guess whatever, or I guess people outside of the LGBTQ I plus A divided by sign multiplication sign. They can't be accepted outside of that because they're already so far in. But the truth is that you can be, and if you're gonna bash somebody for detransitioning or whatever, then you're horrible. I feel like me as a Christian, like if you've done all this life altercation, like surgeries and things like that, and you realize that it's a lie, and God opens your eyes, and there's redemption in that, and I feel like you could come to Christ and you could be redeemed and still live a satisfied life, with Christ as your identity. And I feel like a lot of people feel like there's no way out, and there is.
That's
There
the
is.
only redemption there is for them. Like
That's the only way.
It's very culty. Like whenever you leave their cult or you don't believe whatever they want, they shun you. You're
They're
out.
excommunicated.
Excommunicated. And then I feel like that's when they go down the dark paths.
Exactly.
Because it sucks being like you being rejected by a friend group or.
That's what Satan wants, though.
Yeah.
That's what Satan wants: a rejection, and then to be far away from God. You can't go to God for it.
Problem with all these studies is that they don't test gender-affirming care against other types of treatment. So it could be the case that children talking to a therapist is twice as effective at improving mental health as taking hormones that will sterilize them.
Yep.
Because he doesn't show how these treatments perform against others in terms of gender dysphoria, all of this data is very weak evidence of Hadi's points. And the constant overconfidence in how correct he is as he shows useless data makes him look very uneducated. Anyway, let's continue with his statements on the effectiveness of gender-affirming care.
It's also way less harmful than suicide or self-affliction, which unfortunately many untreated patients with gender dysphoria fall victim to. So when red states ban gender-affirming care to protect kids, they're actually doing the opposite.
Where's the data for that? You had studies for everything else, but no studies for the most important thing, which is to prove that lack of gender-affirming care is actually costing lives?
Boom. Where is it?
Boom.
You show us it? Or you don't want to?
This guy is caught up in the my team versus your team.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that.
I don't like that study. That study was done by the other team. I ain't gonna show nothing by them. Nothing.
And then the people that are like the statistics. I don't care about the statistics unless the statistics are shown by my team.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
What number of lives is this affecting? You made a whole 20-minute video talking about this, and you don't have one paper that proves that this is the problem? I mean, that's why we're doing the gender-affirming care, right? It's to save lives. Why else are you showing elementary school students videos like this?
Hi, baby. Are you a boy or a girl? Funny you should ask, Sid.
My God.
Oh my God! You're asking, what are you, boy or a girl? Look down! Look at it! From the waist down! And I promise you, you'll figure it out.
Boom.
I can do it right now. Not on camera, but I'll do it right now. I can tell you what I am.
I know what I am, for sure. I know.
The way your body looks on the outside is only part of the story. And your gender doesn't always match the sex you were called when you were born.
Oh my God.
Are they showing this to kids, dog?
Oh my God.
Oh.
This is...
And y'all. Some people think this is all conspiracy. They're not doing it. Huh? Look at this. Watch this video. Oh, God.
Okay.
So if this is all a naturally occurring phenomenon, then why do you have to teach young, impressionable kids about it in mass? The ones who it applies to would know it internally, and they can seek help as needed.
Yep.
But anyway, these people are always silent when it comes to proving their claims about not allowing kids going to gender-affirming care, causing them to die. Personally, I think it's because they have zero or very weak evidence that this is the case. As when people have tried to show data for this, like Noah Sampson, the participants being studied are all adults, not children, and they have tons of more important factors for poor mental health like homelessness, alcoholism, and evidence of child sexual abuse. I can imagine that treating those would be a lot more effective at preventing suicidal ideation than hormones.
You know what's another reason that makes these kids go down this route?
Say it.
The internet!
Yeah.
Get off of it!
Yeah.
Get off the freaking internet. That's how you solve this.
It became like a trend, a social trend. Like
It did.
even though you don't know what it means. Oh, I'm non-binary because it's cool.
It's
a cool
cool.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you've seen such a growth in conservatism in young people, because being conservative now is the rebel.
It is. It is.
It's being a rebel now. If you're
Yeah.
conservative, you're a rebel.
Uh-huh. You're not a bot.
It's cool now, yeah.
Think for yourself.
Oh, my God.
Because what the hell do hormones have to do with solving more serious mental health problems like addiction?
It's also been found to be safe. Side effects can cause harm, but they're honestly just as harmful as some of the side effects of other elective procedures.
What the hell? Is this guy high? The kind of gender-affirming care noted in those studies was hormone replacement therapy, and that shit sterilizes you. That's a pretty important side effect. And they're doing this to kids as young as 13 years old from what I've seen.
My God,
Actually,
bro.
later in his video, he talks about a kid who got HRT at 14 years old. Like, how do you make a video about conservatives and dance around their main issue with the transgender stuff? He never counter-argues against his opposition's points on sterilization in the video. Okay, this Star Wars meme on screen is great.
And by the way, when it comes to trans in the
That's a
video,
good
Go
one.
back, look at that. Oh, bam. Yep, it sterilizes you. Didn't the Nazis like sterilizing people? You remember that?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, we weren't around for that, but I remember learning about
Yeah.
that, right? That the Nazis used stuff to sterilize people that obviously weren't on their side, right?
Bro, remember in Houston we went to the Holocaust Museum, and I don't know if you remember, but it gave like it was a whole wall of like the timeline.
Yeah.
And they started doing a lot of stuff like before even rounding up all the Jews and everything. But one of them, they were sterilizing. They were sterilizing like the incapable, like the handicap, or like it's very similar. I'm not saying that they're gonna do that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They sterilized.
It's still very similar though, because you know when you give these puberty blockers to kids, that sterilizes, and then they can no longer procreate. Like their one part of their body is now like inoperable for the rest of their life.
What makes it funny is the liberals are kind of like they're gonna become extinct at some point. I just had this idea.
Well, that's why they got to recruit. That's why they try so hard to go after kids.
Yeah, but
they can't procreate.
And then they recruit them to sterilize themselves, and they can't. And those kids can't reproduce, and those kids can't reproduce.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
So go and have babies.
Yes.
Go and have babies.
And if you're a lib and you just like recruiting, just don't procreate. And,
yeah, don't go around.
You'll go extinct. You'll go extinct sooner or later.
Yeah.
Okay, this Star Wars meme on screen is great.
And by the way, when it comes to trans kids, very, very, very few even get surgical interventions. This recent study found that only 2.1 per 100,000 minors aged 15 to 17 got surgeries. That number is even smaller for minors aged 13 to 14, at only 0.1 per 100,000. The researchers could find no data on minors under 12 getting surgery. Now, this data is from 2019, and the numbers could have risen in the years since, but even if you quintuple these numbers, we're still talking about less than 300 or 400 people.
The number should be 0. It should be 0 kids getting surgical interventions for this.
I know a lot of people instinctively say, we should ban the procedures until they're 18 or 21, and people who say this are just basing their opinions on vibes.
Oh man, this guy's about 6 months away from our...
Just the vibe I get. I just got the vibe.
It's always the words they use. It's about the vibes, guys. What are you talking about? The vibes? Are you honest to God? Are you retarded? Like seriously, honest to God, are you freaking
More and
retarded?
more I watch this, I'm convinced.
Like, here's the thing: the reason why we have that argument is because your brain is more developed and you're able to make decisions for yourself. Why is it that kids cannot consent until they're 18? Why?
Or get a tattoo.
Get
their driver's license, drinking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that we don't let children do.
So I guess we can't let children, or we can't let adult or people drink until they're 21. We can't let kids consult until they're or consent until they're 18, or drive until they're 18. We can't. The reason why we do that, guys, is because of vibes, guys. It's simply because of
just
vibes.
Feel like they shouldn't, man. Like 18 just feels like a good number. It's like, I don't know. I just like that number. Let's just go off that. That's what the lawmakers based it off.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yep.
Arguing why the age of consent law shouldn't exist for sex. Because it's just about vibes.
Yeah, and that check their hard drives. I bet you a lot of them think the same thing. You should check their hard drives because they probably think the age of consent is based off vibes. Interesting. Look how that works.
Check their hard drives now.
Usual suspects.
Where's the list? Where's the list at?
Yeah. Usual suspects.
The age that you are allowed to have sex be based on when you reach sexual maturity? Why is it considered such a moral crime and a sick thing to like a 16-year-old?
Yeah, anyway,
Lock this man up. Lock this man up.
Check this guy's hard drive immediately.
Somebody find where he's at.
FBI raid his house, knock his door down, rip him off his computer chair. His balls are going to be glued to it probably because he's sitting on it so much. You probably got to drag him out with the chair still stuck to him.
Lock him up.
Check his hard drive, and then lock him up.
He just lost all credibility right
What a retarded. what a way to self-report yourself. What a way to self-report. Honest to God.
And
Oh,
it's
my God.
It's even more freakier because his avatar is like a dragon creature. What the? There's freaks. They're freaks.
The usual suspects. So I got to say anything else. It's always the usual suspects, bro. It never changes. Oh, my
Continue
God.
talking about why this guy thinks that kids should be allowed to go on hormone replacement therapy.
If a 16-year-old with gender dysphoria goes to a doctor, and the doctor comes to the conclusion that hormone replacement therapy would significantly improve their mental health and even save their life, and their parents go with them and consent, what's wrong with them receiving treatment? I thought you guys were all about parental rights. Why should the government get between a child, a parent, and their doctor? I thought you guys were the party of small government.
I mean, tattoos aren't...
Why should the government get in between a 6-year-old consenting?
Yep.
Aren't even permanent, technically, and a 13-year-old wouldn't be allowed to get one, even if their parents consented. But, you know, why have any law that supersedes parental consent? Let's just make it so kids...
Parental rights could I mean, I don't know, let's talk about it. What about if a parent consented for their 9-year-old daughter to, you know,
Dude, it's so stupid.
parental rights.
Like, yeah, when does like the government step in for that? Like, it has to be like a law or something, or what? What do you think?
Because to me, at least if we're following the laws, right?
Yeah.
And if a mom thought that she could consent for her 9-10-year-old daughter, I think the government would intervene, right? If the government would find out, if Child Protective Services would find out that they're consenting for their child and their child is committing these acts, or maybe they're selling them off for prostitution, like these things have actually happened before. There's been stories about this happening of mothers, literally using their kids as prostitutes, which is horrible and disgusting. Yeah, the government would intervene there.
True. Yeah.
Right? It's common sense. It's not hard. Yeah. It's called not being retarded.
They're allowed to drink a 6-pack of beer every day if their parents say they can. It's not like there are any mentally deranged parents who would do things like trick their kids into consenting to sexual abuse, because stories like that
boom, 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 like I just said it.
Totally don't exist on a podcast called We're All Insane. And certainly no parent has ever groomed their kid into being trans.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Oh my God!
This is too much. This is too much.
And while Dad's filming this, wife is with wife's boyfriend. They're out eating at some restaurant.
That's crazy.
Told you you're a girl.
Mommy.
The state of California says that I have to.
Oh, never mind. This is actually a good dad. I thought the dad had groomed him. Sorry, Dad. That was not meant toward you, but still. I mean, mom groomed kid. Like, this is actually the prime example of what I said. Conservative dad, liberal mom, get married.
That's what he says. It's California. That's what we described.
Yep.
Pay for the chemical and physical castration of my son as child support. I'm not going to pay that child support. I'm not going to pay anything to hurt my son.
And that means you'll be going to prison?
California is going to send me to prison for that.
The world isn't black and white,
crazy,
and there are
bro.
certain limitations that we have on certain beliefs, because making them a free-for-all where anything goes is stupid. Like, pot should be legal like alcohol is, but maybe it's a terrible idea to make crystal meth or fentanyl available at the store for recreational use.
The reality is that kids who get these procedures do so with their parents' expressed permission, who have their children's best interest in mind.
Sure.
No 5-year-old is walking into a doctor's office saying, "I feel like a girl," and walking out with a gallon of estrogen.
Exactly. You literally just proved my point. Yep, no kids walking in there unless they're told otherwise.
Yep.
It's that simple.
No kids are going willfully into there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Unless some Karen with short hair tells them otherwise.
Children generally cannot get medical care without their parents' consent. You all know this. Why are you acting like this is not the case?
I mean, kids can get an abortion without their parents' consent. And as far as I'm aware, kids are allowed to get gender-affirming care without their parents' consent, to an extent.
Yep.
In fact, in places like California schools, they were trying to hide from parents that they were doing that, which is why people started getting outraged at school board meetings.
And I found out after 2.5.
Why do we still? Why is still these stupid, retarded Democrats still in office in California? I don't get it.
Lock them up.
I don't get it.
Lock them up.
Years, they had been transitioning my son secretly behind my back. So I would bring my son to Pinkerton Middle School in Capel in boys' clothes, and they would give him a dress and tell him to use the girls' bathroom.
What the
It's not like this is unheard of. Encouraging kids to be trans without notifying their parents is believed to be
Bro,
more.
I would sue the living hell out of that entire school district. I would sue the school district, and I would sue all the administrators and teachers that were involved in that personally, all of them. Sue the school district and sue all them. That's what I'd do.
By a lot of leftists.
So if you guys could change the Constitution in one way, how would you change it?
Rights to abortion, like transgender rights to have surgery without necessarily parental consent.
Not to mention, you had Keffels and Eli Ehrlich openly trafficking hormones to children. Stuff like that is why people are mad. A bunch of strangers are trying to convince their children they will die unless they get super invasive medical interventions that have permanent life-altering side effects. Okay, so moving on. Now we're going to talk about trans athletes. Apparently, that's just a silly Republican grift to get votes because every other issue was unpopular.
This wasn't always a top issue among Republican voters. The current trans panic is very new, dating back to like 2022.
I mean, the trans stuff has been a hot topic for like a decade. You
Yep.
even used a popular Ben Shapiro segment
Oh,
from like
yeah.
2015.
Yeah,
in
this
that
is
video.
like 10. This is 10 years ago.
I remember watching it back then. Yeah.
This is 10 freaking years ago, bro. This is not new. This is not just the last 5 years. No, this is the last decade, bro.
Since Caitlyn Jenner, that's kind of when it really went big mainstream.
And even Caitlyn Jenner's not even on their team anymore.
No.
She's not even on the team.
He's smart enough not to know.
He's not even on their team, which is crazy.
Maybe Google Trends isn't the most accurate measurement here.
In 2020, they fear-mongered about BLM, but most Americans actually supported the protests, so that didn't work.
Okay, so how many people knew the protests in 2020 were actually riots? The media spent a ton of time calling them peaceful to confuse people.
In the summer of 2021,
peaceful.
the new
Everything's on
boogeyman
fire.
was critical race theory. And while it did lead to Republicans winning the Virginia governorship, it failed to gain much traction beyond that. The outrage was a fad. But by around the summer of 2022 to like early 2023, they finally figured out that if they fearmongered about trans people, they could actually get tens of thousands of working class Americans to vote for the party that bails out the rich and continually tries to take away health care.
What are you talking about? Race relations and black fatigue is one of the hottest topics right now,
Yep.
especially during the time he was making this video because of Carmelo Anthony. Also, Democrats bail out rich people too. Every politician does that.
Are you saying like Democrats, like there aren't people that are Democrats that are not rich?
He's so blind to.
Do you know who George Soros is?
Yeah.
Do you know who George Soros is?
This little dude is so blind to his. It's all the Republicans. It's the scary red. It's the other side. He's bro.
Ultra MAGA, dark MAGA.
Yeah, he's one of them. He's like
He's
he has to be getting all this stuff from the college professors. This is what it is. That's what they breed, dude.
He's getting his info. He's calling up MSNBC
They
for his
don't.
information.
They don't breed thinking for yourself or looking
No,
at
they
both
don't.
sides. They breed. This is the opposition. Boom. That's where all your problems
Like
come from.
Democrats don't. You're just saying Democrats don't bail out. Oh.
They had all the wealthy people supporting their fake puppet. They're trying to get in. They paid billions to celebrities.
Yeah. Just ask Kamala Harris about that.
Because they won't get voted in if they don't give favors to rich supporters. Consider reading the Dictator's Handbook for more info on that. Also, Obama made healthcare way more expensive, so that's his legacy to Americans.
Yep.
And this is all as if Democrats haven't been using the LGBT stuff to get votes and distract people from more pressing issues for the past decade and a half. Certainly, there aren't a bunch of companies that grift off of trans issues as a PR strategy, and there definitely is.
Look at that.
Look at this. But I feel like a lot of it disappeared this year. We talked about it.
Yeah, you didn't see any of those.
Yeah, I
did you?
feel like I saw far and few. I feel like this list went from all these to like maybe like a little like the little bottom right corner.
Yeah, and the ones that did, they got got
doodled on.
slammed.
Yep,
Yeah.
lost all their money.
Yeah.
Stock value plummeted. Yep, that's what happens whenever you're out of touch with society.
An entire month out of every year that has the sole purpose of boosting sales for a number of corporations. All right, let's talk about sports.
But that community doesn't have a voice. They need a voice. Look,
Yep.
Look, every corporation.
Okay, but the problem with forcing trans athletes to compete only with members of their biological sex is that you're going to run into the exact same problem with trans men. This is literally what happened in Texas when Mac Beggs, a trans man who was in the process of transitioning by taking testosterone, won the state high school women's wrestling championship in 2017. Transphobes use this as an example to go, see, look, this poor, innocent girl is being beaten up by this violent trans person. Except this isn't a biological man competing against a woman. It's a trans man being forced to compete with women because Texas state law prevented him from competing with men, where he wouldn't have had an unfair advantage. This is literally the result of policies that you advocate for. You're either being dishonest or you're too stupid to understand.
Is that, if it's a trans man, it's still a woman, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's just he won the woman.
A woman wins a woman. Okay.
Okay. Well,
point proven, Brad.
Point proven. He competed against his own biological sex. Okay. Your point is.
This is a bad argument. Nobody cares.
I mean, if he wanted to go compete against man, I mean, by all means. I mean, he's gonna get freaking demolished. We're saving. Yeah, exactly. Protecting her from her getting absolutely demolished.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna show the video of the trans woman, the real dude, fight in the MMA fight fighting a woman.
No,
he's not gonna provide that though.
Nope, he's not. No, absolutely not.
I wonder why.
Yep.
Women competing in men's sports, just like nobody really cares if women use the men's bathroom to skip the line for the women's bathroom. There's a certain direction that people want these rules to go in, and just like how Japan has women-only train cars, I don't think people really care if these laws were applied unequally across the sexes. So just fix the law so that it doesn't apply universally.
But how many trans athletes are even out there? Well, according to Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA, of the 510,000 athletes competing at the collegiate level, fewer than 10 publicly identify as transgender.
This kid must listen to Dean Withers because that's his dumb argument too. The current number doesn't matter because 1, women shouldn't have to change with men in their locker rooms,
Nope.
and 2, if this goes unchecked,
Doesn't matter if it's the single. It doesn't matter if it's one locker room in the entire freaking Milky Way galaxy. It's still too many.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Still should not happen.
Then eventually the number of trans athletes will increase until all the top athletes in women's sports are trans. It can take 100 people to make a competition, but only one of them can win first place. So there doesn't have to be that many trans athletes for it to be a problem.
Exactly.
But none of that matters because all these people are hypocrites because Trump used to be pro-trans, and now he's grifting for votes.
The anti-trans crusade got Donald Trump, a man who used to passively support trans rights, into becoming the most dangerous threat to their existence. Don't believe
How did
me?
he support trans rights? Can you explain that? Like, I want an in-depth explanation.
Give us your sources, like the ones you popped up. about
Exactly. Do you have any sources on that? Probably not. You're probably just saying that because, yes, Trump is like, okay, like Trump is pretty much like, okay, you want to get married, that's on you, but you're not going to shove it down kids' throats. That's going to be your life, your personal life. Like that's up to you.
He took the position of most of the country. What the most of the country thinks.
That's your life, whatever. Stay away from the kids, and you're good.
Yeah.
The moment you come after the kids, we're coming after you.
Here's him in 2015 on bathroom bills.
How many transgender people working in your organization? I don't know. No? I really don't know. I probably do. I really don't know.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct.
Here's him now.
Gender insanity, child abuse, chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth, so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. Mutating their physical appearance, mutilation of minor youth. Can you believe this? A concept that was never heard of. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
Trump actually walked that statement about bathrooms back like a year later, so the change didn't happen after the great trans craze of 2022.
Yeah, people's positions can change. They're
I
not a
think
robot.
And I think he was talking about the children in that.
Yeah,
little thing.
exactly. He's talking about the children. You're talking about some grown freaking woman.
Yeah, they let them go.
And maybe his positions changed because, maybe his eyes were open to be like, yeah, this is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like any other person can. Any other person can realize, yeah, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Happens to anybody.
Yeah.
Because they're not a robot. They can think for themselves. Critical thinking.
Again, what is this kid smoking? Trans issues were much different in 2016 than they are today. Nobody really knew about the trans stuff outside of a conversation about bathrooms and maybe gender-neutral parenting. There wasn't tons of talk about giving hormones to kids at that point, so it's reasonable that Trump would expand on or change his views on this by 2024. And contrary to what these lefties say because they're too busy calling everyone Nazis, most people don't mind trans people. What they don't like are the activists and people going after kids with drugs that will sterilize them. Well, they also don't like pride parades and family-friendly drag shows because they're sexually inappropriate. The good news, though, is that Hottie thought this bad take about Trump changing was so good that he did it twice.
This is Nancy Mace, a South Carolina Republican congresswoman who has recently become obsessed with trans people. Ever since Congress got its first ever trans member, she's been trying to ban her from using women's bathrooms in the Capitol, and she succeeded. She regularly uses slurs for trans people, calls allies groomers, all in the name of...
She's a savage.
You see what I'm talking about? Them treating him like a race. It's a racial slur now.
Oh, bro. The entitlement, dude. It's entitlement.
So stupid, bro.
Protecting women's spaces. The thing is that this is all just a grift. Nancy Mace used to be supportive of trans rights as recently as 2 years ago.
Well, I'm pro transgender rights. I'm pro LGBTQ. Just don't go to the extreme with our kids. Our kids
Define extremism there for me.
Sex change surgery, the hormone blockers that sterilize our children. We shouldn't be doing that when a child is prepubescent or going through puberty. Let that child go through the natural process of life and let them make that permanent decision when they're older. Now, if they want to take on a different pronoun or a different gender identity or grow their hair out or wear a dress or wear pants or do those things as a minor, those are all things that I think most people would support. Be who you want to be, but don't make those permanent changes when it's a child.
Why'd she shift? Simple. To fundraise and get attention. It's disgusting.
Where was the shift? This incredibly moderate position that she has
very
here is the one
moderate.
that you've been calling bigoted this whole video.
Exactly.
It seems like she's
and whenever
pretty-
you call it bigoted, guess what happens? You radicalize.
Yeah.
You push them farther and farther and farther to the right, and then you get the political sphere that we're in today. It's not hard. It's common sense.
Consistent on her beliefs, though, considering that you've shown nowhere in this video that she was ever in favor of trans women in female bathrooms. You can say that adult men should be allowed to undergo transgender surgery while also being uncomfortable if men start entering women's bathrooms. And let me be clear on this, slight tangent. Politicians are generally bad people and hypocrites. So with that in mind, you should never vote for a politician because you think they're an honest person. You should vote for politicians because of the values they're forced to promote to stay in power.
That's exactly what happens whenever you get into the mindset of being a supporter of people, not ideas.
Yep.
We support ideas, not people. And people get caught up in the trap of supporting people over ideas.
Yep.
That's why you get this my team versus your team mentality.
It's clearly showing right now. This dude is very stuck in the. It's the conservatives' fault. Nope, they're doing this for votes. It's very obvious, guys.
Yep.
Anyway, the arrogance that this guy has in the way he says stuff, followed by showing horrendous evidence of his points, is just annoying.
Why aren't corporations, right now, pulling out of states that ban gender-affirming care for minors, even if their parents consent? This is worse than the bathroom bill. It's literally killing people.
Study establishes first causal link between anti-trans laws and suicide attempts. Okay, so this is an NBC article that talks about a study that recruited people through social media. So when I say that correlation does not equal causation, what I mean is that recruiting a bunch of terminally online people for your study might not lead to the most accurate results.
Nope.
You know, considering the constant Trump derangement syndrome fear-mongering from the average TikTok user. Like, this is the type of person that you're recruiting for your study.
Opposition to trans rights will unfortunately continue to be a thing for years to come. But we shouldn't lose hope. We are on the right side of this. History is not kind to bigots.
Right. The ones with the good historical takes always have to announce that they're on the right side of history.
Okay.
I'm on the right side of history. You're not.
Guys, we're on the right side.
We're right. They're wrong. No matter what they say, everything we say is gospel.
Hold on, that was just the biggest. That was the biggest little freaking. I can't talk. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. That was the biggest plot twist of the whole video. He's saying he's on the right. Sorry, it's a little joke.
I swear, this is like an archetype of internet person who knows nothing about politics, but is super arrogant in their beliefs.
China's communism.
I feel like that's how they always talk to everybody. It talks it's so arrogant, like you know nothing, I know everything. And I'm like, you're just black. You're just talking. You're just hot air coming out of your mouth. That's all there. It's all it is. It's hot air.
Yeah.
Hot air. Nothing else. Empty.
Repeating what their professor told him.
Yeah. Freaking robot.
Stupid.
China's not communist.
Huh?
China's not communist.
What
don't
are
have
they?
Any, they're a socialist country.
Socialist?
Yes.
Ah, good job, dude. Good job.
I'm curious.
Woo. Bro, that's a big old brain in there. The People's Republic of China.
They're socialist. What a freaking retard. Oh my god, bro.
Is that their actual like? Is that the actual party though?
Yes.
Like they're like what Xi is?
Yes. Yes. Hold on.
Yeah, go.
Let's do.
Let's do. What is the ruling part of the? What is he over?
Yeah, let's
Can't see.
Go on.
Ask Gemini real quick. Like we're doing a little deep dives.
Yeah, we're doing a little deep dive.
And is China communist? Guys, if you know, let us know in the
Oh,
comments.
there it is right there. Look, there it is right here.
What does it say?
So, you look right here. Chairman of the Central People's Government. As soon as I click on this, bam. Chinese Communist Party.
The Central Government, People's Republic of China.
Looks like China's communist to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I think they are. I
pretty-
mean, they may say they're not, or put up a fake democracy, but
Yeah,
we
it's
all know.
pretty clear and cut that they're communist.
Have you ever been to China?
Have I? No.
Let me tell you something. It is the most oppressed country I've ever been to.
Look, no.
You ever been to China? No. Well, China.
have.
He probably has. It's like, well, I have. No. That's literally how liberals argue. No. That's not my truth. No. Go back, bro.
No. Look, no. China's not oppressed. Look at China. China has they have great social safety nets.
I was like, oh, I'm the only Asian person.
Asian people or Chinese people are not oppressed?
Okay.
Well, okay,
person
buddy.
in the room, so it's like so weird to see somebody kind of like debate about a country that my mom is from. I would have to agree with John more in terms of like China being a communist country.
Even the Chinese girl said he was wrong. Though I think the real lesson here is to be
Racist.
more reserved in
Yeah,
your opinion
yeah.
instead of firing out a bunch of blind accusations with very low accuracy.
Yeah.
Especially when it only takes a few minutes of reading to disprove you. I mean, with all due respect, Dean Withers was much better at this. It took me hours per subject to fact check him. But more importantly, just because someone sounds smart doesn't mean they are.
Nope.
And because of that, when it comes to
Facts.
politics and research, I really think people need to set aside the emotional appeal of somebody or how grounded they sound, and instead focus more on the content of what they're saying. Like Noah Samson is very good at emotionally appealing to people, but the minute you start asking questions, he stumbles for 2 hours against Vosh and never debates again. So when you watch internet influencers, at least to some extent you should say, how do you know that? And if all they can do is show you the titles of 11 articles they almost certainly didn't read, then you probably shouldn't take their opinion too seriously. Also, maybe people shouldn't be getting their political takes from influencers who just graduated high school. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video.
That was a great video.
That was a very great video.
Guys, go subscribe to.
Yes, go subscribe to.
Stop going or no, it's the title.
Think before you sleep.
There you go.
Think before you sleep. Yes, I'm gonna give it a like. Yes.
Boat.
Great video. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. You could just do some basic research and figure. Like that dude's like China's a socialist country. Like, literally Chinese Communist Party. They are the ones in power. They're the ones in power. It seems like China is, communist.
Maybe. No, they are.
Yeah, it's
even
ridiculous.
socialism. Like it's. I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah, it's people who are. I guess it's bot takes. Is
Yeah,
what it is.
I think
Takes
the
from
moral
a
of the
bot.
story is, go do your own research.
And don't be a bot.
Yeah, don't be a bot. Don't trans the kids.
Yep.
The biggest takeaway. It's all just slimy and money. I think they just want money.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. And like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Base Certified.
Yes, share this video. Put our notifications on. It helps.
If you have a crazy liberal aunt, maybe share this video with her if you want to piss her off.
Show it to anybody. Share it. Tell your friends. Tell your grandmas. Tell your grandpas. Whoever. Tell your base friends or your liberal friends.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Yeah, don't matter. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is the place where liberals
crash out.